back and we're going to make a Christmas card. We're going to use the Penguins Playmates Designer Series paper found in the SALE-A-BRATION catalog, along with the Penguin Place stamp set for the sentiments for this card. Hi, I'm Joan and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I've created this video for Joan Simple Papercrafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by, and if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a second so I can turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's our project for today. We've decorated the envelope, but that's not the fun part. When you open it up, it spins. Don't you just love it? I used the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper to make this spinner card, and I fussy cut the polar bear right out of the paper. And then we also used the sentiments right from the Penguin's Place. We used the Be Cool, Be Chilled, Be Merry, Season's Greetings, and the Snowflakes. Oh, before we get started, I want to back up. I had to put a new piece of paper inside here because I had stamped the Let's Be Cool, Be Chilled, Be Merry on the inside, and then when I closed the card, you could see it here. So I just put the paper down here and then stamped it on the front. So I just wanted to point that out so you don't make that same mistake. Let's get started. We're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper or Basic White, one cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and the other one just enough to cut this circle die out of. And this is like about 3.5 inches. Let me check that. Well, probably need to go 3 5/8. 3 3/4 would probably be a lot easier. So that would be about the minimum I would use. So I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. So I got that cut out, and here it is here. And what we want to do next is to take our next circle inside and lay it on there and cut that out. I'll be back. And this is what I have left. So I cut this center out here. And then we don't need this, so I'm just going to put that in my scraps for another day. And then we're done with this paper as well. So what we needed was a die that was large enough to go around the bear and allow him to spin freely. And then this needs to go cut inside there as well. So the smallest die needs to be large enough for the bear to spin freely. And then this one needs to decorate the card. So I had these dies in my stash. I don't have the layering circles dies, but I think that if you use the largest layering circles die and then the next one inner circle, that should work for the bear. So next we want to take our card base and let's get it scored and burnished. So the score line is at 4 1/4, which should be the halfway point. And I'm going to score this on both sides to make sure we get it nice crisp edge there. And then what we want to do is we want to position this paper on here, but we can't glue it down yet because we want to put our spinner mechanism in between the two pieces of paper. So, and I want to get this on here where we'll want to glue it down. So that's about right. And then we'll position our dies. And we want that centered. Okay, I am going to go and put this on the plate and cut it out. Well, I almost forgot. We need to have the card open, otherwise we'll be cutting right into the back of our card. So, there we'll go. Here we go. And we don't need these two pieces, and I think we're done with the die as well. And then what we want to do next is we want to glue this scalp piece on to this stripe thing. So we're going to put glue on this, and I am going to use our multi-purpose glue, our liquid glue that's in the catalog, and I have it in this small bottle here. It has a needle point tip that makes it easier to get those fine lines taken care of without having lots of globs. And I'm just going to go around the circle part. I don't care about the scallops, but I do care about the circle part getting down, getting glued very well. So the silicone mat, the glue won't stick to it. I'm just going to wipe that up a little bit so that I don't need to worry about it getting on other surfaces. So let me get this on here. Sorry if my head gets in here. And what you want to have it right to the edge of the card, the designer series paper. I'm going to turn it over and see if we see any white. Flip it back over again. So I think that's good. I'm going to do the bone folder on this side because I don't want to tear those scalps pieces. So there we go. Then next we're going to want to do is fussy cut our polar bears. So what we have here is one I did the fussy cutting on already, and I probably got a little too close to the edges because I'm going to try and fussy cut them both together, and I don't want to have to cut in too far, because then when I glue them with the string down in there, I want to trim any green stuff that might show up. And I'm thinking I'm getting too far into the bear already. So I should have did this at a more rough level, not so much as a finished level. And I'm just going to put a little bit or tear tape on here on this bear. and hopefully that will keep it aligned properly. So I'm going to try and line these ears up. And it will help if I have this, this tape side taken off, the paper off this, so it does stick. I did that with the first bear as well. And I am actually going to take this down a little bit more on this bear. I think if I can get the ears lined up, then everything else will start to fall in place. The other thing you could do, you could glue them on that inner circle. If you found one, if you had one that was a little bit smaller than this, and you could glue each bear on each side and then let it spin that way. But I like the idea of having the bear loose like this. So I'm thinking I'm good here. So I am just going to start trimming some of this green stuff off, and hopefully it'll be okay. And what I'm still doing is I am doing some fussy cutting by just moving the scissors, not the paper, because I really don't want, or moving the paper, not the scissors. I really don't want to be moving the paper, but I have to get this to work, the scissors to work the way I want them to. So I'm being very careful to keep the two pieces of paper stuck together. I'm sorry, I think I was off camera there. So I'm going to go from this side. These ears got separated. And then we'll do the bottom. I'm going to tip it over and just see how well we've done so far. So I see there's some green here, so I'm going to take that off right now. It's going to be kind of wonky on one side, it looks like. That looks pretty good. Now this is the side that's probably a little wonky. Yeah, like his feet are kind of lopsided. And let's see if I can fix this ear up here. And actually I'm going to wait on the ear until we glue the string down inside, because things might shift again. And I probably could have done the glue with the string on, but I didn't want to introduce another factor where you don't want to be cutting the string off once you've glued them together. So I am going to see if I can tear them apart now. I'm going to huff on it just to release that tape. I'm just pulling slowly. I'm going to lay that back down, and I am going to put the tape on this one here. So now we're going to just fill the inside all with tape so that when we put them together, it's like he's been glued all over. And I just want tape because it's a lot stronger, and we don't want that string letting loose, so we'll use the tape. And I should have had this part prepared ahead of time. So you're just going to have to watch me put down the tape. So the stamp set that we're working with is from the mini catalog, but this paper that I cut this bear out of was from the Celebration catalog, where I got the paper for free because I spent over $50 from the new catalog and probably mini catalog. And so then I had a choice of what to purchase out of the Celebration catalog. And I got this paper, and I've got a couple other pieces too. So and that sale runs until September 30th, I believe, is the cutoff date. Excuse me. The mini catalog will be around till January 3rd, but the Celebration catalog is only going to be available to us until the end of September. And so now I'm peeling off these backings because we want to get a string and put it down the center of this bear. So that's going to be our mechanism for spinning him. And what I have is a nylon thread that I'm using as my spinner. You could use the twine that's in the catalog. I think it's the 2023 twine that goes along with those colors, those new colors that came in June. So, but I don't have that twine, so I'm just using my string that I've used on other spinners I've made. So I'm just going to cut off a piece here. I want to make sure it's long enough so I'm not going to run out. And I am just going to lay it down. right between his ears and right between the center of his legs. Now we want to get it onto this paper. So I'm going to move him a little bit. And what I did is I also put a mark down showing me the center of the paper so that we would remember where we want to be. So this ruler has it's marked 0, and then if you go out equal distances, that you know you're in the center. And I think I used the white paper instead of putting it on the blue just because it was easier to see the marking. I don't know why, if there was other reason. And I am just going to peel this off because I don't want the tape showing beyond that 1/8 of an inch. I'm close to it, so I can just overlap it then. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's bring the bears back in. I know what I needed to do is I needed to cover that wire up with tape so that it doesn't continue to shift on me. And I'm just going to put a little tape on the tip of this toe. And let me snip that off there again. Now I'll get the other toe. I need to get my tweezers out so I'm not dealing with it so much of the tape. So I'm going to just press this down. Let me use this first. I'm pressing it on either side of the string. Actually, I could use this as well. Okay, and we'll take that backing off. Then we need to line these up again. And I'm sure my head's going to be in the way, but I just don't want things to get so kitty-wampus. So we've got a little bit of trimming to do now. So there's a little bit of green sticking out here. So I'm just going to round that ear off. Got the string right here. And I'm hoping I can get this side without snipping the string. Okay, hold your breath. Didn't cut the string, yay! I wish there was a better way to get them lined up so that you wouldn't have to keep fussy cutting. You know, I needed to have almost one done before I could really line it up. Not bad. I'll take it. So we've got a little bit of fuzzy things here, so let me see if I can get some of them picked up. If I had some Scotch tape, I could pick it up, but I doesn't want to go with my finger. Okay, so now we want to get this down on the card. We want it to be centered, and we've got those tape lines there telling us that that's where the center is. And I'm going to pull the tape, the pieces of tape off the paper backing off the tapes. And that one's already done. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Tension there now. So now we're going to put some more tape on that again. So I'm just pulling these backings off these tapes. And then next we're going to glue the stripe sheet back down on this paper. Before I do that, I am going to take the string, excess string, and wrap it in this tape so that it should stick a little bit more. Yeah. And I'm going to do one more piece of tape at the top there where they overlap. Do the same thing with this string, just wrapping it in the, laying it on the tape that's sitting there. So there we go. I'm going to trim the bottom of that leg off, but we want to get this paper on here first. So I want to just put some glue around the rest of the paper so that that'll stick. Around the edges and around the inner circle. So I'm just going to put that inner circle down there and then check the edges to make sure I got an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, which I do. So then I should be able to press this down. And I am going to use my bone folder on this side so that I don't mess up with the scrolling or the scallops. So this is overlapping here. So if I just trim some of that off, that should be fine. Let me see what the other side of his foot looks like. Yeah, it'll be fine if I do that. Now to get a good angle to do it. So let's see. Let's spin him up and see how it works. And he's all wound up. There's a gap in the string, that's what's going on. Make the string tight enough. It'll spin. It's good enough. So what we need to do is we need to stamp the inside, and we need to stamp our sentiment. So, and we're going to use our Misty Moonlight. So this is Be Cool, Be Chill, Be Merry. And I'm going to just put that in the center. Not quite. Let me try it this side and see if I do any better. Yeah, this one will go. So we'll come back and clean this off with the Stampin' scrub. Let me just get it off on paper first. And so we'll do our snowflakes next. And next we'll do our season's greetings. And then we'll bring our Stampin' scrub in. I'm just going to use a little bit of spray here. That was our Stampin' Mist that I used. And I put it on this side with the raindrop, and then this side is going to be dry because it has the sunshine on it. Right there. So next what we're going to want to do is decorate our envelope, and I'm looking for my paper. Here it is. So I'm going to put the glue on the flap. And then we'll line this up. And just use our bone folder to kind of get all that glue flattened out underneath between the two pieces of paper. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and we're going to trim off the excess paper. So there we have that. And then we still need to put on our sentiment on the front of the card. And we're going to use our 3-dimensionals. Oh, and I would like to punch the edges using our banner pickup punch. So we're going to use this one here with the pointy tip, and we'll put it in the 1/2 inch width paper, and I'm just going to put it in as far as it'll go, and I'm going to turn it over. I want to make sure that it's centered there, and that does look centered, so I'm going to go ahead and punch. And then we'll do the same thing with the other side. And punch. Now we can put our dimensionals on. And then we'll just take our pick tool and pull the paper backings off. And then we'll put this on here below, centered. So there we go. Got all kinds of paper scraps stuck on my desktop here. So let's bring in our other card. I hope you like this project as much as I did. As you can see, it'll work great with just about any sentiment stamp set. I hope you'll give it a try. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, would you do me 2 favors? Click the thumbs up emoji. That means you like it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotions going on right now. Experience everything the autumn season has to offer with this month's paper pumpkin kit. Whether you're thinking about crisp red apples or you're ready to carve some spooky jack-o'-lanterns, or both, the Haunts and Harvest Paper Pumpkin Kit is a hands-on crafting experience for all autumn lovers. The kit contains enough supplies to create 12 treat boxes. Offers a versatile autumnal experience with the selection of treat box styles. Take your pick of apple, pumpkin, or jack-o'-lantern treat boxes. The paper pumpkin box is even designed to easily transform into a vintage wheelbarrow to display your harvest. The Haunts and Harvest Paper Pumpkin Kit runs from August 11th through September 10th.
The July-December mini catalog is here. Sales run from August 3rd through January 3rd.
It's your passport to stunning seasonal projects. It contains all the products you'll need to craft, create, and celebrate during Halloween, Christmas, and more. Are you ready to celebrate? SALE-A-BRATION is one of our biggest promotions of the year. Are you ready to celebrate? During the celebration, you can earn exclusive products for free. For every $50 you spend, you can add your pick of a celebration product to the cart at no additional cost. Sale runs August 3rd through September 30th. Mark your calendar. I'll be back Friday, August 20th at 7 p.m. Central Time for more Christmas from the new mini catalog and the celebration catalog. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight, and I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.